What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed Drummond coming at you from Capstone Realty Professionals down here on McDowell. Today is Friday, September the 11th. First, a quick shout. Thanks to all those that served or gave their lives on this day. I remember what it felt like the day after September 11th and just how things felt at the time. And wow, what it would be like to get back to that space. But hey, wanted to give you a shout as to this week and what it's looking like. Realistically, this was Capstone Wellness Week. So just so you know, once a month, Capstone is now injecting all of our Capstone employees here in our office. A company called Hydrate IV is coming in and giving us all a dose of something delicious to keep our bodies running and jamming and staying ahead of this thing if it was to hit us. But nonetheless, it still just invigorates us and keeps us healthy through the weekend. So we're happy for that. Today was that day. Right now, conversation in our office has a lot to do with the moratorium about evictions. What we've seen is not a ton of tenants that haven't been able to pay their rents. We do attribute that to the fact that we do have a little more stringent guidelines than most companies do when it comes to rentals. But also, we have a pretty decent dialogue with a lot of our tenants. It's literally like less than 1% of our tenants have put together a payment plan, which is amazing. It's not what you hear or you expect. In June, July, I was super concerned about what was going to be happening to the economy moving forward. And now at this pace, it's out of control. There's not enough houses for anything. July of 2020 for new home starts, more than 3,000 new home starts in the month of July, which is literally the most new home starts in Maricopa County since 2007. So, right now we're seeing a lot of growth, a lot of things coming, but still a tremendous shortage of housing. The stories of people not getting houses is just sadder than you'd think right now. That brings me to a point. Had a great conversation with a client and owner of ours, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the conversation. But Mark and I were talking a lot about tenants and the tenant selection. And right now, if you look at our website, check out the market stats. I put the link in the email that I sent you. So the market stats, it's like the third little thing down. If you check it out, it shows, and I know I've mentioned it before, what's happening with rentals here and rental rates here in Phoenix. And it's going through the roof. So what that does is it leads people's expectations, tenant expectations for your properties when we're getting and pushing the value higher and higher and higher is very, very, very high. So right now our maintenance side is busier than it's ever been. Why? Because tenants expect a lot for the amount that they're paying. And needless to say, some of those items are not going to be corrected. Some of them, you're not responsible for or needing to. But, tenants are asking for the smallest of things right now. So it gets back to the value that they see in the properties that they're paying. When you look at that graph as to what's happened over, 2000 to basically 2012, and then all of a sudden it goes boom, and it just shoots up. And it's like, wow, that's why, we're having a lot of maintenance. That's why we're having a lot of people that are anticipating moving or trying to figure out what's going to happen. That being said, when working through tenant selection and pricing a property, sometimes it might not be the best to increase the rents year over year, even in a year like this, just to keep a tenant that is just awesome. If you got a great tenant, now's the time to keep them. Now's the time to keep that relationship as strong and healthy as possible. Keep that person in there so you don't have the turns, so you don't have to worry about the vacancy, so you don't have to worry about any of that other money that's escaping your pocket because this person, could have stayed for, just a little bit less. So that's something to think about there. Right now, a couple quick stats for you before I go. Interesting mortgage apps were up 3% this week from last week, so they're still on the rise. 40%. I get this from our VIP mortgage from my wife. She's awesome, but their company provides us some stats, some details, because I love the metrics. I love looking at the numbers to make sense of it all. So mortgage apps are 40% higher this year than last year, which is 40%. This is national again. This is national numbers, but 40% year over year is pretty amazing, especially in an area like Arizona where there's just no inventory. And refinances are up 60%. I mean, 60%. That's amazing. We also are starting to see title companies turn away refinances. If you've refinanced recently, there is a high chance that it took longer than it should have because the title companies are just so slammed. That leads from refis being up 60% and 40% more mortgage apps than had been the year before. Also, buyers are not having an easy time right now in this market, as it looks like at least a third of homes that sold, and 2/3 that sold in July went over asking price, which is amazing. I mean, that's kind of nuts. But hey, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there, and look forward to connecting with you again. Check out our links too, and please, if you like this video, please subscribe, and we'll keep them coming. Thanks.